What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is StoneMountain64, and I wanted to sit down, do a view from the mountain. I had a couple of thoughts on my mind. Actually, I have quite a lot right now, so there's a whole bunch of different things that I want to talk about for sure, but I'm going to stick to one topic in this one, and that is, why is Call of Duty Ghosts, at least, such a bad game? I really just don't even like it anymore, and I don't know, it seems like that might be a general consensus now, but the last time I played it was pretty much, besides from my series that I do, and We're Live, that's pretty much all I'll play on it. I'll go on, try that for a few games, get a game, but the only time I really play it is what you see in this gameplay, actually, was when I got back from the Titanfall event. That I went to, so that was before the Titanfall beta even came out, so we're talking a while ago, and that was, I came back, I played COD, I got this game, and then the last commentary I uploaded, which was a 75 kill game, but in this one, I'll link that in the description, but in this one, I was using the cheapest setup possible. I mean, I was using the class I was talking about in my last video, in that one, and with the perks at least, but the weapon I was using was this LMG with the target finder on it, or whatever it's called in this game, that is just incredibly cheap. And you'll see I just stay up on the high ground and get these really disgustingly cheap kills, and I don't think I'll play the audio loud enough, but the other guys on the team were raging very hard because I was playing extremely cheaply. And so I was just thinking about this, like, how many people are still playing COD, first of all? I did the video a while ago also talking about, you know, is COD really even a good game anymore? But I want to know what makes it a bad game right now. At least Ghosts, right? We had the step backwards that it made from Black Ops 2. And, you know, they've consistently, for the most part, been going forward. They did take out Specialist in Black Ops 2. They brought it back in this one, but it's a dumbed-down version of Specialist. So first off, the kill streaks make this game a lot worse, because all the assault ones suck. The support ones are, you got like Oracle and stuff, which obviously there's no way to make support really that bad, and at the same time make it a viable choice, so you have to have things like Oracle in it. But none of them are very fun in support. I've never run support. And then the Specialist, like I mentioned, is just not that great. The maps are all kind of gray and boring, and that's something that I've actually been playing, this Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare game. A lot of you guys have been watching my streams when I've been playing that. Link will also be in the description for that, but that game is so much fun, dude. It's like the Call of Duty with all the colors. It's like the Nuketown, right? Everybody loved Nuketown. They brought it back. It's got those vibrant colors. That's what this game kind of implements. It makes it a little bit more fun. That's something that, especially in Call of Duty Ghosts, is just a very depressing, monotone, boring kind of maps. Almost all of them are very boring. And then the DLC that's coming out just doesn't interest me at all. This is the first time that I didn't get the season pass, and I haven't even really played. I actually did try the new weapon that came out. I picked it up off the ground, but that too was, I mean, that was actually a good implementation. I was happy with that. That's what they really needed, and I missed out when I got the DLC on Black Ops 2, was, you know, they had the first weapon that came out for the first DLC, but then everything, the Peacekeeper, but then everything after that, they didn't come out with any new weapons, and that's what really rejuvenates the game. It's not only the maps, but it's the weapon gameplay, because you want to have a diversity in what you're actually playing. So you have kind of the boring maps, the boring kill streaks, but you still have that same consistent gameplay. And at that point, if you're just playing for the gameplay and the mechanics, you're much better off going back to Black Ops 2. Which, I mean, again, too, this is a personal preference thing, right? You might prefer Modern Warfare 3 or even Modern Warfare 2. I wasn't that big of a Modern Warfare 2 guy. I had the game, I got to the max level, I played it in a lot, but I never ended up prestiging on that game. And that was one thing that I think held me back from the Modern Warfare 2 scene, which a lot of people gave that a lot of credit. Obviously, COD 4, a very popular one as well. I only played that at my friend's house at that time, but coming up, again, into Ghosts, you're better off if you just want to play for the mechanics, I think, going back to the previous Call of Duties. Now, one of the arguments, I've watched a lot of commentaries talking about, you know, Ghost in general, whether people liked it or disliked it. Because, like I said, I'm interested in this topic, which is why I want to get your guys' feedback in the comments as well. And one thing I noticed, actually quite a few people saying, was that, oh, well, Call of Duty Ghosts has the least amount of lag. You get the best kind of connection with it. You get the least amount of, or you get the best hit detection with it. But honestly, I really haven't noticed that much of a difference in terms of straightforward gameplay. But my thinking on why people are saying this is the fact that they don't have the indicator for ping on it. Right? They don't even have the... When you used to look at the menu, you can see how many bars you were getting. People will say, oh, I'm playing on a 3 bar. Of course I missed that shot or whatever. Now they don't have that excuse. They just have off their... Well, in the last COD, I probably had a 2 or 3 bar, so in this one I probably have that. But you don't have anything definitive telling you your actual connection. Another thing that they took away, taking another step back. Another step back was they don't have theater mode, which... many people use not only for montages or whatever. You can go back, save your gameplay, see what you did good, analyze that, and at the same time see what other people... I remember in Black Ops 1, I got my first 100 kill game, and that was when I really got interested in actually uploading to YouTube, because my friend said, dude, that's insane, you should upload that. And I said, there's people that even look this up? I had no idea. And then I started getting into everything. But at the same time, if I saw somebody to get that 100 game in the first place, what I would do is I would go into games, get wrecked on, and then go watch the good players, see what classes they were using to implement that into my gameplay, and improve it in that system. They took away the ping. They took away a ton of different things. And the same thing I was talking about in Battlefield 4, my last kind of rant video that I just did. You know, I think that's also partly responsible because of the fact that it's on so many different platforms. And they had to make it for everything. They had to make it for PC, Xbox One, the 360, PS4, PS3. That's a lot of different platforms to maintain this for. Now we're going to go into this system of 3 developers for each game, right? Or cycle. So we're going to have Sledgehammer, Treyarch, and then Infinity Ward. I don't really know how this is going to be, and I can do an entire separate commentary on that, but that's some of my thoughts on this, guys. You know, it's the lack of kill streaks and the lack of map. I mean, some of the maps' designs are good. It's very chaotic, right? That was a big thing, too, that people gave a lot of criticism for at the very beginning of the release, is that all these maps aren't the classic 3-lane system. And that was something that people actually were demanding. They said, this is too boring with this classic 3. I personally really enjoy that because I can control the spawns. I know where everything's going. Domination's a lot easier. That's my favorite game type. But the thing is, if you learn where the routes are, you have to learn the new maps. And that's what a lot of people have done now. A lot of people have finally kind of got that incorporated. And that made it a little bit more fun. But the maps are still dreary to play on. The weapon selection, they added those new marksman rifles, which are a pretty good addition, actually. I got to be honest. That was a pretty interesting addition. It gave you a lot more versatility. But I still would like to see more weapons. And like I said, DLC weapons coming out to make it more, have it better longevity. The maps that they came out with were a bit smaller, as people were requesting too. You know, you had those giant maps that turned a lot of people away. Again, that kind of forces you to actually learn the new maps, though. You got to learn that playstyle if you want to incorporate it. But all of those things put together, I think, is what makes this game kind of a few months of good gameplay, and then it's kind of done. You don't want to go back to that dreary game. You want to start looking forward to the next thing, which is why I'm so excited for Titanfall, because it's something new. It's going to drop with 15 unique maps. It's going to have Titan gameplay. It's going to have a new aspect of that same Call of Duty feel, a fast action shooter, run and gun. But at the same time, you're going to be able to run off of walls, do double jumps, and do a variety of different things. Now, I've said this before as well. I don't know how well Titanfall is going to do in the long run. I have high hopes for this game, but this could be another game that just crashes and burns, depending on how they support it, depending on how well-liked the maps are, and if the variety of gameplay is enough to continuously play it for a long period of time. That's what I liked about Black Ops 2, was that the kill streak setup was so unique with how you can circle and continue on to your kill streaks one after another, and the fact that they had so many unique kill streaks made it for different gameplay whenever I wanted to do it, bringing in shotgun gameplay and still able to use those streaks. In shotgun gameplay in Ghost, it's a little bit difficult because, as I mentioned, these are very large maps. It's only viable on certain maps, i.e. A strike zone map, right? everybody always chooses Strike Zone because you can do so many different things on that map. You can play shotgun, SMG, AR, or you can even snipe, right? On the larger maps, like I think it's Chasm, where it's kind of that broken down building where it's 6 different floors and like a subway you can go into, that is almost impossible to get around on, especially when you're 6 versus 6 on something like the 360. Well, when you spend half the game running around, that's going to get boring. They do that in Battlefield 4 a bit. You spend a lot of time running. But in that game, you can spawn on your teammates and play strategically. So there's a lot of different trade-offs. And I think that's why Ghosts hasn't been performing as well in the long term, and why so many people have been trashing the game lately. So anyways, I'm excited for the future here, and I'm interested to see what Sledgehammer's going to do. I can do an entire different commentary if you guys are interested in that as well, but let me know in the comments what you think. You can check out my previous video, as mentioned, for that Beast 75 kill game with the game that I got coming back from the Titanfall, and then the recommended with my last And We Are Live. More of those are going to be coming out. I have to unfortunately upload them on Respawn a week early before I can upload them on mine. So that's why there's a bit of delay on that, because I have to wait for them to actually get it up. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Stallmountain64, signing out.